everyone, and welcome back. I wanted to record a video today talking about how to create a name badge. If you've been following your email right now, there's been a lot of conversation about using Name Coach integration in Canvas. I know that Antonio Benitez in the President's Office will be rolling out some information specific to students and staff on campus and efforts related to Name Coach. So this video is to supplement my previous Name Coach video. And I will go ahead and give you the link here below this video on YouTube. You can watch my Name Coach video, and keep in mind that I have an overview of what Name Coach is specific to preferred pronouns in terms of gender, in terms of anti-racism efforts, and so forth. And you may not know, but there's actually a very detailed walkthrough as well on how to set up Name Coach in your class. So please watch that. And that starts at the 12-minute mark. I take you through all the steps of where to find it in Canvas, how to do the recording, either using a microphone on your computer, an external mic like I use, or even your iPhone to call in and do that recording. So Name Badge is a supplement that allows you to create your own badge that you can share in a number of different sites that very easily gives a user a sense of how to pronounce your name. You could use it certainly within Canvas. You could use it as an email signature. You could also use it within LinkedIn or any other popular social media platforms that you might be using in your professional life. So let me take you through the process here of how to create a name badge. It's very easy to do. I will include the link as well. So it's very long here. Just be sure you put the hyphen in the middle of Name Coach. And then what I'll do is I'll take you to the website right now just to give you a better sense of what this is going to look like. So when you first get to the Name Coach site, it will ask you to create your free name badge. And again, will be what you can share with the outside world. So what you'll want to do is put all the information in here. So I would put in my work email, which would be preferred. You could put your first and last name here. The full name or your name as you would like it said or announced. And I'll actually take the doctor out of here because I'm just having it pronounce my first and last name. Now for this next one, it is the phonetic spelling of your name. I actually looked around for some different sites, and I will also include this. I'm just doing it here so I remember to send you that link. I looked around, so a phonetic spelling, if you take a linguistics class, is a way to convert your name in such a way that a user, another person out there, can figure out how to pronounce your name. So I looked around for quite a few of these. Most of them weren't very good, so Name Shouts is the one that I would recommend. And you just type in your name, and you can choose a language here, but I'll leave it as English, and I'll do a search. And it's going to give me all the various phonetic pronunciations of my name. And you could certainly pick the one that looks the best. I actually picked this one here, which is the Spanish. So maybe I'll pick the English one. You can just cut and paste. So on your keyboard, hit Option or Command C. And then when you get back to the Name Coach window, you can hit paste on your mouse or keyboard, or Command Option V. And it will include the phonetic pronunciation of your name. You could also have a video that could link to it if you did a YouTube. I'm just going to do it this way myself. Very important here, if you watch my Name Coach video, I talked about the importance of preferred pronouns that specifically came out of a Guide to Pathways to Equity conference, which was really wonderful. And so I recommend you put in your personal pronouns. And for any of you out there, sometimes I get questions about Z and Zer. If you want any information about gender-neutral pronouns or gender-aspecific pronouns, check out my Name Coach video. I talk about what came out of the Pathways to Equity conference, which was really great in terms of raising awareness about gender-neutral pronouns or gender-aspecific pronouns. So this is the most of the text stuff that you fill out. For this next part, it's going to ask you to record your name. So this is the important part, that with your name badge, we'll have an audio file connected to recording your name. You can choose phone, web recorder, or uploader. So if you choose phone, it will, actually my phone's recording this right now, but it would call my phone, I would record it there, and it will automatically link it there. And I think the quality generally is pretty good on most of our phones. If you used a web recorder, it will use from your laptop or your desktop like mine here, whatever built-in microphone is present. Now, just as a bit of a tip on this, and I'm a bit of an audio snob as you might gather, I really think a lot of videos that we continue to record have maybe poor audio. And for the purposes of doing something like Name Coach or creating a name badge, it is pretty key to have a good quality audio recording. So you can certainly pick up a good microphone like this. This is a blue microphone, and this is actually recording through my mixer, and then I'm taking the file and using that here, and I'll show you what that looks like. You don't have to break the bank to do this though. You could certainly pick up very cheaply. This is a USB microphone that will plug into your computer. Very easy to use. You may need to get a small microphone stand, and please reach out with any audio questions you might have. You can also get a lavalier microphone, which will pin nicely on your shirt and give you some real presence. And it's kind of a basic thing, but if you think about it, the more distance between whatever is recording your voice with your microphone and external microphone and your vocal cord and all the vocal components that are allowing you to produce sound, that increase in distance will necessarily pick up ambient sounds in your environment. And for folks in the recording industry, a lot of time is spent really trying to figure out the recording of sound, including making sure you don't have bleed if you're recording, say, a drum set, bleed between the different drums you might be recording. So a lot of time and money, obviously, in science has been spent on this. So I recommend a USB mic like this. If you don't want to break the bank, it's 10, 15 bucks. You can also get a nicer one like this that has different mic positions, which can be really useful for doing recordings. I did a podcast recently with the Wondery, and I actually sent them 3 different versions of my audio because, again, audio engineers are very interested in microphone placement, in capsules and microphones, in the kind of presence that you can produce with some microphones or recording systems versus others. I'm totally geeking out here on audio, but it's kind of my life. So that's an option. You can use that kind of microphone. Let me show you what might happen if you choose to do it on your computer and upload a file. So pretty easy to do. And what I'm doing here is I have a free program called Audacity, and I simply recorded on my mixer here to get a higher quality, more present recording. 3 versions of me saying my name, and you won't hear these, but if I hit play, each of these is a version of me just saying Scott Lucas. I found the one I liked, and Audacity, again, is a free program. It's very easy to use. You can do gain adjustments, so if it's not quite loud enough, you can make that adjustment. Use your VU meters up at the top here. If it's getting into the yellow, into the red, it's peaking. You can also tell by the waveform, the amplitude of what you see on the screen. This is actually maybe not perfect because when we pronounce words, of course, we might give certain emphasis to particular words. I'm doing it right now. So you can kind of see that reflected here just in my audio waveforms on the screen. I chose the best one that I liked. That was this one. And then I exported it as a WAV file. I called it right here scottname.wav. So let's try putting that in right now. And for the purposes of this, maybe I'll try to play it for you. So I'm just going to drag my file here, and let's see if that works. And it's transcoding it a little bit. And it shouldn't matter so much. You probably want to use a WAV file or AIFF for higher quality. If you use MP3, a little lower quality. Hey everyone, just discovered something. So I've been waiting a couple minutes and it's not transcoding my audio file correctly. And I thought that was weird because the size of my recording is super small, because our names are real short bits of audio, only 111K. So I discovered something here. It goes back to browser choice. So I was using at the time Safari, and it still says transcoding audio file. So you can check out what I did here in Google Chrome. So it appears to be working. I simply clicked on select file and clicked my name open, and it immediately loaded it. So it appears to be some glitch with Safari. So I'll be sure to put in my notes that you need to use Chrome for this. And it looks like it might have just looking on here, see if it ever worked. It never did in Safari. So my recommendation is to definitely use Chrome for this purpose. And just to show you the other approaches, you can click on Web Recorder, record it directly from the computer, as I said, and phone. Simply put in your phone number, it'll call you, and then you will be able to record it that way. So let me go ahead and put my information in one more time. Cut and paste my phonetic spelling of my name once more, and then of course my pronouns. And that should be everything. So now that I have my audio file, let me hit submit and finish. Now, if you've already registered on the website, as is the case with me, it will give you that warning. And actually, I didn't realize that. So I'm going to click on Forgot Password. So once you do log in to NameCoach, you can see any of the previous recordings. So these were some samples I recorded through Canvas. I can
Scott Lucas.
play those now.
Scott Lucas.
And those are identical. I can also then copy the link specific to the name badge that I created. And let's go ahead and just open that and see what it looks like. If I wanted to at this point, I could upload a headshot if I wanted to personalize it a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and do that. Give me some options to crop the photo, hit save on that, and it should appear under my profile. Taking a second to load up here. You could also add these. This is another way to personalize your name badge. You could talk about what your name means. You could look at adding a funny or interesting story about your name. And you could also talk about where your name comes from. If you want to include any of that, it's another way to personalize your name and maybe share that with students, and your students could do the same. By the way, if you wanted to, you could definitely have this as an extra credit requirement or part of your syllabus quiz early in the quarter. I think Trevor will be sending out information at the beginning of every quarter just to make sure that we stress NameCoach, name badging with our students, with our faculty as well. I can now hit play on my recording.
Scott Lucas.
And that's what it sounds like. And if you wanted to, you could share these to any of your social media accounts. What these will be would be posts. It's not going to actually change your profile in Facebook or LinkedIn. So if you click on Facebook, it will just basically post this to your timeline. How do you say this name? And it will simply post that. The same with Twitter. And so I don't know if that's that useful doing it as a post to your social media, but you could be the judge on that. And so in addition to sharing any of your name badges that you want on social media, you could always go down to the bottom of the page on name badge and copy the link. You could further customize the link. There's also instructions here about how to add name badge to your email signatures via Outlook. So definitely, if you want to do that, you could do that. Once you do that, it will appear as an icon not unlike this. And what will happen is people can click on that and it will take you to the link to your name badge, and then someone can play it there. Very easy to do. There are also other ways to create an email signature where you could have it as its own mini icon and play a sound file. So different ways to do this. Certainly, whatever works for you, go ahead and use that approach. So that is it today. Just a real easy guide there to set up a name badge for your use in LTCC professional activities, and also for your Canvas class, working with your students. So I know in the future more communication will go out both about name badge and NameCoach. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or to Treva. And as I said, Antonio Benitez is also doing some work with staff and students on campus communicating out efforts about name badge and NameCoach. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back with another video in the future.